Welcome to the I Am CiCi Beacon Talk Radio Show. I Am Beacon Edition. We're going to go into our I Am Beacon Talk Radio session on the topic of being present. And there's a reason why I wanted to speak with you beacons tonight on a lovely Sunday, because that is the day of the Sabbath. And you think to yourself of getting yourself together in order and in an illuminated spirit to start your week off, right? And in this day, we're ending the week and we're starting it off on Monday. And we want to get up, get out, and do something and be elevated, illuminated, and have our shining light flowing through our body. And part of that is being present. But I wanted to read you something out of the book of Illuminations. And I thought it was important to go over a good saying. If you want to see the true measure of a man or woman, watch how he or she treats his or her inferiors, not his equals. Now, that is a rendition of this from J.K. Rowling. I like to be gender neutral in this day and age and everything else. So, this was a good excerpt from J.K. Rowling, who wrote several good books and whatnot. And I think you should pick up some of those. Now, in the Illuminations, this is a good read. It's wisdom from this planet's greatest minds. And it will help you to step into your inner light and get into the soul caliber of your eternal circle, your all-seeing eye, and hit your mark of where you want to be and being present in your daily life, in your beacon life, and in your journey going forward. And you're going to build that pyramid of energy and presence and being present by doing that. And in this time period of COVID and people just feeling triggered, not being present, being distracted, just being disconnected, I feel like COVID in a way is a bit of a wake-up call for all of us to be mindful and be present, listen, follow directions, follow what our CDC, our WHO, our levels of government, our different entities that are there to lead us in time of storm, in time of epidemic, pandemic, and things like that, and our leadership and management that are stepping up to show us and lead us the way. Because at this point, this epidemic, it'll either teach you or it will break you. And whether or not you know it or not, you have to be illuminated in your spirit, have the abundance mindset, have the I am mindset that I am going to make it through this. I will be able to get there from here, but it's going to take baby steps and tapping into your inner soul, your inner light, that the inner chakra that you have that will allow you to be able to illuminate past a heavy hardship of a pandemic, epidemic that's taking people out of here. Granted, and it's nothing to be played with and nothing to be made light of. But at this time, take this as a time to be present, be mindful. I'll take you through some exercises. But I wanted to go over some things that I picked out in this Illuminations that I loved. It says, the soul of every human is equal, but their bodies are never the same. Some are born rich, while others are born poor. Some are strong, while others are weak. Equality is a mythical goal. Striving for it is honorable, but attaining it is impossible. Some will always be superior to others. Even the weak are stronger than the dead. So think of that. You're only as strong as your mindset, as strong as your illuminated mindset, and as strong as your eternal circle of light that's within you. You just have to harness it, and you have to take hold of that and become more enlightened. Even through this pandemic, epidemic, and this moment as a beacon, it might be freaking you out. It might be having you scared to death, and you might make you feel like, oh, I might die. Don't think of it that way. Think of, what can I do to be in the present here and now? Listen to what the CDC, the WHO, and all levels of government or your government entities or your managers are telling you, and start following those directions. Like I said, this is a test and it's a moment of clarity for all of us, including myself. So I had to get to the point of being present in this moment and find a way to be calm while I'm going through a chaotic moment, a pandemic, epidemic, and finding a way to listen, be present, be mindful, and planting my feet in the ground and saying to myself, I'm going to stand up, show up, listen, be mindful, and be present. Here's the second portion to this. However, it is the duty of every human to treat each other as we are at the same level, for every person has the opportunity to become greater. That means you, me, or anybody else is on the same playing field as anybody else at a higher echelon. Okay? But you still give people the respect that they earn. Remember that. Those who are weak now can become stronger in time. Every person, regardless of their current stature or prestige, should be treated in a manner befitting for their potential or their level of growth. And that's even with any of us beacons who are growing in our light or in our light source in our journey, that we'll never know our full potential until the end. Then you know everything. But now we have to be settled in being a beacon. We don't know everything. We're just walking in our light and walking in our light source. And we're going to go through this exercise and being present in that. Okay? And should be treated in a manner befitting their potential. And then on the podium of judgment that looks down upon the weak is the pedestal that is easily toppled. So remember, for every bird that flies high, remember what goes up must come down. And remember, for everyone you step on going up, you have to meet those same people going down. So as we're all beacons right now in our journey, remember, everybody that you come across, shed some light. Do not shed a dark cloud or a level of fraudulent light or a level of darkness to them, because everybody is starting off at a different level, playing with different devils. But what you have to do is remember, there's levels to everything. There's a pyramid to every little thing that you do, but at the top of that pyramid should be that inner light as a beacon to reach it. Reach for better days every day, and being present in doing so. Doesn't mean that you're going to be great at it today, tomorrow, the next day, or 15 minutes from now. But you want to be able to say to yourself that I'm going to harness what I can, when I can, and how best I can in my illuminated light, my eternal circle, or my tribe, and the people that are around me should be breathing life into me, breathing good air, or breathing me some life when I feel beaten down, trodden, downtrodden, things like that. You don't want to feel the heavy weight of others around you. You want to feel the lightness. You want to feel the air. You want to feel that crisp, clean. You know how when it rains and you got that calm, soothing feeling, you want to feel that light. You want to feel that same illuminated light within. So as we do this present exercise, we'll learn all of that. Okay? And that's a part of paradigms of coaching, but we're not going to get too far deep into coaching, but we're going to get into the I am abundance mindset, and I am capable, I am present, I am mindful, I am in the here and now. I am somebody, I am beacon. Okay? And then on another thing that I wanted to touch and shed light on is nothing is enough for the man or woman to whom enough is too little. And that is by Epicurus. And you want to be able to get to a point that you shed some light on that every small thing is a great thing, no matter how small it is. Like they say, the faith of a mustard seed, or that little bit of light and faith. And what you're trying to do, where you're at, where you're going, means a whole lot more than big leaps and bounds, keeping it simple. Okay? So in the Illuminations, how many palaces must a person own to be happy? From afar, wealth may appear to be the answer to all of life's problems. In sickness, wealth can buy doctors. In fear, wealth can buy protection. Even in sadness, wealth can buy temporary comforts. So think about that as a beacon in your journey. Wealth buys and fixes things, but does it make you happy? Yes and no. Yes, because it takes care of things in the interim in a snap, right? So you're thinking to yourself, but that wealth, is it going to make you eternally happy? No. It just finances things better. So don't ever say money means nothing. Money makes the world go round, but never make the money make you, to the point that you do not see that the root of all evil is becoming too poisoned with your money or your wealth or your stature or your standard in life, to where you mistreat others to get where you're at. Or in other words, like this pandemic, it doesn't care if you're wealthy. It doesn't care if you're poor. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have a name, number, or ticket. You just go when you're called. And think about that as you're walking as a beacon in your light in your journey. You don't know the day or the hour, but you have to remember nothing is enough for the man or woman to whom enough is too little. And that is being grateful and mindful and a spirit of discernment that wealth does not make you exempt from anything. And if anything, you would learn from this COVID that that is actually true. And at this point in time, we have to listen, be present, be mindful, sometimes stop, look, and listen, and sometimes be willing to learn. Then the second thing is, but wealth cannot buy happiness. Money is quicksand, a slow entrapment for those who do not escape soon enough. It is expensive to be rich. Your mansion must maintain staff. Your private jet must be housed in a hangar. An obsession with wealth overtakes a person's life. Soon money becomes the master and its owner becomes the servant. So again, like I said, don't make the money make you. So at the same token, but you still want to make money. That is the whole thing. You have to find a fine balance between that. And you also have to find a fine balance in being thankful, mindful, and being present no matter where you're at in life. If you're at the top of the totem pole down to the bottom, we all matter. All of our lives matter. And in COVID, it taught us that nobody's life matters more than anybody else's. You just have to be mindful and present and find a way to stay calm, listen, and stop, look, and listen and learn. So that's just part of that. And then you have to learn to appreciate what you have, and you will never lose again what you were given. And you got to think about this. We were given life. It doesn't mean that we're owed life. So every step of the way, we have to find a way to be present and mindful that every day we need to be grateful for something, happy with something. It taught us be home with your family, sit down, do something simple. Go back to the way things were when it was in order and light order and where life was simple. Just like listening to rain outside. You hear the droplets, you feel calm, you feel that pentameter, you feel that mentally healthy breath of fresh air. So with that, you're being present right then and there, being grateful for your life. Think about that every day. So we're going to go into the exercise. And I'll make it short and sweet and simple. That way, we can practice this, us beacons and non-beacons, and those that are of a level of elite echelon, those leaders that you should be looking up to, learning, and as you grow in your journey as a light, you'll learn that your words mean a lot. They're powerful. They speak life or they can end life. So you have to remember that and being mindful and being present. So we're going to talk about it. And I think it'd be great. So just give me one moment. Go ahead and get this together for y'all. I think y'all will like it. Because it taught me something as well. And it's starting out simple ways to get present because we talked about all of the different things, the struggling versus opening up. We'll go back over that a little later. Getting hooked and hooked by your thoughts and unhooking bad thoughts, the things that trigger you in situations such as COVID. That's a good example. Then connecting the dots, you're joining your mind, body, and your spirit, feeling sensations, urges, and cravings, symptoms and physical illness or mental illness, or even outside of that, your mind, body, which is thoughts, memories, beliefs, worries, self-judgments. And in this, in the distractions and learning how to opt out of distractions or people who create those distractions, those triggers, those things that poison your air, your environment, your mental health, your emotional health. And especially in times of COVID, you're going to want to practice being present and eliminating the bad juju, the bad demonic spirit or the poisoning of your mindset or your abundance mindset, your growth mindset, your I am mindset. So in that you're going to change your thinking and the worrying, the blaming, the rehashing the past, and change that to positive thinking, problem solving, planning.